In this tutorial, I share the exact strategy that we use to book over 4,600 sales calls for my freelancer clients. We've helped freelancers like David Congreve scale to $170,000 a year in just 5 months. Freelancers like Carolyn King scale from $1,000 a month to $5,000 a month in just a bit under 5 weeks. And freelancers like Megan Reinhardson that scaled from almost no experience to 3 retainer clients in just a bit under 3 months. Most freelancers are doing LinkedIn outreach completely wrong, relying on the pure faith of referrals and word of mouth and using hope as a marketing strategy or getting underpaid one-time projects on platforms like Upwork. And then they wonder why they cannot book a single call with a potential client. I'm going to show you the exact 6-step process that any type of freelancer can use to book their first or next sales call in the next 6 days and finally escape a dry pipeline. No fluff, no complexity, no secrets. Just a proven strategy we've used to help over 128 freelancers across tens of industries book qualified sales calls. Make sure you follow this step-by-step religiously in order to actually see results. And to ensure we go over accurate data, I will be using our successful clients as an example. Let's dive right in.
Okay, everyone. So step number 1 out of the 6 steps we're going to go through is your LinkedIn profile optimization. Okay, so without an optimized profile, you're not going to be successful with outreach, because if you put yourself in the shoes of a potential customer, when they get an outreach message from someone, they will always check out their profile, right? Just like similarly, when someone sees a product online and they're interested, they go check the website, right? So I guess we can treat the LinkedIn profile as our own sales funnel, okay? So a couple of things with LinkedIn profiles, okay? So the professional photo is a must, okay? So I have one client account right here that you can see. So April is also on our website if you want to check out her results. Pretty incredible lady. She closed a couple of 20K deals since she started working with us. But anyways, so we need a clear headshot, smiling face, professional picture, okay? So don't expect to get clients if you have a shirtless profile picture on LinkedIn, or you're not in a professional setting, you're not, just don't expect it, okay? If you're in a bar, if you have like an AI generated picture, if your picture has, if you have no picture, right? So if any of that is you, then you need to change the profile picture, okay? Your banner must be optimized as well. So by banner, I mean this right here, okay? So as you can see, this one is pretty nice. We have the logo here of her company. We have a couple of punchlines in here and her offer, right? So you want to make one like this nicely. And let's go actually and see if I can find any of my other clients with a good one. So Nadia, again, so this is a simpler one, right? So just a punchline here, a call to action and a website. Nadia, another one of our successful clients, right? So just make sure that your banner looks good. Now you can do it yourself on canva.com. You can just go there and type in LinkedIn banner and just play with the templates. But I highly recommend just paying someone $10 on Fiverr, right? It's literally that simple. If you just go to Fiverr and we go and we look for, okay, here it is, LinkedIn banner, right? So if I go here, as you can see, we have $15, $10, and these actually look good. So you can get something like this for very cheap. So I suggest you do that and you create a banner, okay? Now, next up, we have the headline, okay? The headline is basically what's here under your name. And a lot of people are making the mistake of leaving that blank or just having like ghostwriter, graduated at XYZ University, or something very bold like that, okay? Very blank, sorry. So the headline, it must be a hook for people to read your profile further, okay? This is literally the first thing that someone sees, this part right here. So this, you need to put the most effort in optimizing this part, and this whole part right here has to instill trust and also get people to scroll more on your profile so they can actually see what you're about, okay? So if you don't have a professional banner, a good picture, and a headline that instills curiosity, then people are not gonna read more, okay? Very important. So as you can see, April's headline is Professional Ghostwriter Helping Cybersecurity CEOs and Business Owners Establish Thought Leadership with Amazon Bestsellers, okay? Why does this instill curiosity? Well, first things first, it's hyper targeted for cybersecurity professionals, right? Which is her niche. So people are going to be instantly relatable with this headline right here. And we know exactly that these people are looking for thought leadership and to become an Amazon bestseller, right? So we literally give them what they want in a couple of words here. And now they're going to be like, okay, so who is this lady? Why is she working specifically with cybersecurity companies? And why can she offer me exactly what I want, okay? And now guess what? They're gonna go to the profile and they wanna check out more, okay? So very important, headline must be like this. It must be something that gets people to read further on your profile. Now, again, we have to think logically, right? If someone scrolls on your LinkedIn profile and they go next, they go to the next section, what is that? It's the About section, right? So the About section of your profile is, again, golden real estate on your LinkedIn profile, right? Because this is where you have your chance to create a mini sales letter. Again, most people are just gonna be like, a seasoned pro with I don't know how many years of experience and blah, 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 and here are my certifications, and nobody cares, right? So you don't want to be that guy, because nobody's going to read that stuff, and if they're going to read it, then they're not going to be impressed by it, I promise you, okay? I've been in this game for too long to let you have an average About section after watching this training. So the About section should be literally a sales letter, okay? If you are a copywriter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not a copywriter, then you should look up sales letters and learn how to write one, because this is gonna be super powerful. This is something you're gonna use across all your marketing endeavors, okay? So basically, what do I mean by the About section being a sales letter, okay? So it needs to speak specifically to the audience, right? So how April has it like, hey, I help cybersecurity CEOs and business owners do this, this, and that. Why do you need a book to do that? Well, let's be honest, okay? And then she basically just sells them on the idea of why you need a book as a cybersecurity business owner. And then at the end, we have a call to action to book a call through a funnel, right? This can be your Calendly page, it can be your booking funnel, or whatever you feel might be relevant to move the conversations forward. It can be your phone number for people to call you, right? We usually like having a calendar feature here so people can book a Zoom call with you or Google Meets or whatever you prefer. But this is basically what the sales letter is about, okay? So as you can see, it doesn't have to be like 10 million words, but also it has to be a bit complex in terms of, hey, this is who I work with, right? This is my ideal customer. Why do you need what I'm doing? Well, here are a couple of reasons. If you feel like you're looking to get X, Y, and Z, then book a call here. Okay, that's literally it. It's pretty simple, right? So you just need to have this in here, because people will come here, look at the profile, scroll here, read this, and now from a simple outreach message, they already have trust in who you are. They know you can provide what they want, and they understand your mechanism to deliver on that promise, okay, and why they need to work with you. Does it make sense? I hope it does, because this is a very important lesson, okay? And then the last thing that people need to see, okay, again, put yourself in your customer's shoes. Okay, now you understand. I understand what you do. I understand that you're a professional. I understand why I need your mechanism and why you can give me what I want. Now I need to see some proof for it, right? We are always looking for social proof. We're always looking for testimonials, for case studies, for things that are similar, right? So what you can do on LinkedIn is you can leverage actually two things to build that social proof section on your profile. You can either use LinkedIn recommendations, which are native to the app, right? So you can literally, I'm not sure if April has any, yeah, she has. So as you can see, you can literally ask your clients to give you a LinkedIn recommendation. You can just connect with them on LinkedIn and send them a message. I think you have a button around here to do like a recommendation request or something. So that's what you can do. So now after people they read my sales letter, they see my profile, they see my experience right here and my jobs and past experience and all of that and education and everything, they can also see recommendations, right? Which are going to be real people. As you can see, she has recommendations from authors, CEOs, business owners, right? So the good thing with recommendations is that the potential clients that come to your profile, they can actually go to these people's profiles, check them out, see that they're legit, and so on and so forth, right? If you do not have any clients that you can ask for recommendations, then we can also leverage the featured section, okay? So LinkedIn has this feature called featured section, right? So what you can do here is you can literally just pin a few posts on top of your profile to showcase your case study, results, and so on, right? So for the sake of this, April doesn't rely heavily on this because she has the recommendations, but let me go to one of my team members' profiles, okay? And I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean by this. Okay, so here we are on Samantha's profile, right? So this is one of our team members. And as you can see, we use the same principle. We have the banner, the professional picture, the headline, the about section, right? And then this is what I mean by featured section. So our team member has our Trustpilot linked in here, a video case study from one of our clients, and then a couple of screenshot testimonials, right? You want to do that by basically posting on LinkedIn. So you just go to home, you start a post. I apologize, I'm on a client's account right now. But yeah, basically you want to do a post right here, and then after you post, if you click on the three dots here, you should have an option to like feature on top of profile. So that's what you want to do. And you can use anything that you feel might be social proof. So any testimonials, like if you have testimonials on other sites like Upwork, you can screenshot them and put them here. You can upload samples, right? If you have a PDF with samples or your resume, portfolio, website, you can just link them here and let people see the social proof, okay? So that being said, guys, that is pretty much it with the profile optimization. The best tip that I can give you here in terms of doing this is, again, to actually take some time to put yourself in your potential client's shoes. If you are looking to hire a writer, a designer, a ghostwriter, okay, what would you want to see on your profile? And very important, do not let your ego tell you what's right. Just use purely the thoughts of a potential customer, okay? And think about their journey. And that's the best tip that I can give you in terms of optimizing the profile, okay? So yeah, with that being said, that was step number one. Step number two is going to be target market research, okay? We all have a target market, whether that's an industry, a specific type of customer, or whatever that would be, right? So now that we have a highly optimized profile using as much real estate as possible, here's exactly how we find qualified potential clients. So we will leverage LinkedIn's search tools, okay? And if I go to LinkedIn right here and I just go to the search bar and I type in, let's say, financial advisor, I'm just gonna give you an example, okay? So if I type in financial advisor and I go to people right here, I'm gonna find a bunch of people that are financial advisors. Now, obviously, they're not all gonna be a good fit because I need to filter them based on what I need, right? So what we can do here is we can target them based on country, based on industry, and based on job title, okay? So I can literally come here and I can go to all filters on LinkedIn search, and I can just go to locations and I can go to United States. Let's say I want Canada in as well. And now I go to scroll down a bit, and industry, I go to financial services for this one, for instance, or I can do like capital markets, credit intermediation, right? I mean, there's a bunch of industries in here that you can just look here and find them, right? Marketing services and a bunch of other things. But I'm gonna select financial services for this one. And then we can go and even adding keywords, right? So if you want their company to be like, to have a specific keyword, you can do that in here, or their last name, first name, title, and so on and so forth, right? So that's literally how you can use these filters in here. And of course, you can play with them however you want. You can just come in here and be playful with it, okay? But if I click on show results now, it's literally going to show me 425,000 results, right? And these are all people, as you can see, that I can connect with. We have financial advisors, financial security advisor at Morgan Stanley. We have a couple of sleep throughs, right? Like client manager, which is not a good one, but of course you can do your due diligence and qualify these people. Private wealth management at Morgan Stanley, right? So we have a lot of these people now. And you can do this with every single niche, right? You just have to be creative with the filters, and that's pretty much it, okay? Now, my personal tip and advice is if you have $100, upgrade to the Sales Navigator core version of LinkedIn, okay? It's a game changer. So you can just go here and it should say something like try premium or whatever, if you don't have it already. And literally you can just go and upgrade to Sales Navigator core. Why is that a very good option? Well, if I go now to Sales Navigator core and I open the lead filters section in here, I have way more things to play with. So I can go, for instance, and I can put in, let's do the same search, right? So I can go and put in United States and Canada as geography. I then can go to industry and I can put in financial services. I can go to job title and I can put in financial advisor and wealth management advisor, and you can just add as many of these as possible. And I also have filters like posted on LinkedIn, right? So if I toggle this on, I now have 37,000 people that posted on LinkedIn at least once in the last 30 days. So I know they're active on the platform. Maybe they're posting content, so they actually need a freelancer to work with. They're growing their online presence. So this is why spending the $100 is very good. And also we can target people by stuff like years in current position. So if you want to work specifically with people that have at least 10 years of experience, boom, we just select this filter. And now we got left with 11K results, but these are super targeted individuals, okay? Not only that, but it also allows you to send a higher volume of messages, and that's always good, okay? Now, how do I pre-qualify the leads? Well, it's pretty simple. You have to use your common sense here. I cannot give you a step-by-step guide to that because it depends on what type of clients you work with and so on. But a general rule of thumb basically is just make sure the profile picture looks good. Like this guy looks good, this one looks good, this one is good, this one is good, right? So generally a lot of good leads in this industry. But just make sure they have see this one, no profile picture, so might not be good. This guy right here, not the most professional profile picture, so I would literally skip that one if I were you. And anything that you might find weird about a profile, you can do that. Or, you can do things like open their profile and you can look through the profiles a bit and see if they have 10,000 jobs at once, maybe they're one of those tire kickers that aren't actually not actually doing anything. You can maybe check the background of their company here, how many employees the company has, right? So you can do whatever due diligence you want in terms of determining whether a lead is qualified or not. But generally, if they have a good looking LinkedIn profile, the experience doesn't look shady, and their profile picture is clear and professional, they should be a good lead, right? And of course, if they match the criteria we selected in here in the initial phase, okay? So that is how you can leverage LinkedIn either with the normal version or the Sales Navigator version to find leads for your outreach efforts, okay? Now, moving forward, now we have the optimized profile funnel, we have the lead lists, okay, with tens of thousands of people. You can also save the list in Sales Navigator. Another thing that I like, I can just click here and I literally can save the search and just reopen it with the same filters at all times, which is pretty good. But yeah, anyways, now that we have this, step number 3 will be the connection strategy, okay? Now that we have our lead list, we're ready to rock and roll. And you have to understand that with this strategy that we're implementing right here, it's gonna be cold outbound, okay? So these people don't know us, we don't know them, they haven't heard of us at all. So you have to understand that outbound is a volume game, right? So the more messages we send, the higher the chances are that someone is going to be interested and we're going to get a client. And it's all about logic, right? How many clients you get depends on how many eyeballs you put in front of your offer, okay? Then that's very important. So don't get stuck. Don't overthink the messages. Do not spend time making everything perfect and only ending up sending 5 messages a day, because that's not going to work, okay? Just focus on speed and volume and I promise you're going to get results. First of all, for the connection strategy, right? Because as you can see, we can just connect with all of these people. So if I go to the search, I can message all these people, I can connect with them, I can do all of these things to get in front of them, okay? So you have to understand that the first thing we need is a baseline outreach message. What is the baseline outreach message? Well, it's basically the value proposition you put in front of these people that is going to make them say yes or no, okay? And the easiest way to build this is by either using one of the 2 frameworks we implement for our clients. Number 1 is the authority framework, where we leverage a case study with results. And number 2 is a desire framework, where we leverage what the market desperately wants. If you have a case study, result, achievement, successful testimonial from one of your clients, then I'd highly suggest you go for number 1, because it's way more effective. But number 2 is also good and also works very well. It's just going to be a bit harder to get positive responses with this one, because the first one is just better. I don't have any logical explanation for it. It's just what the numbers are telling us, okay? So the authority framework basically is pretty simple, right? It goes like, I recently helped X, Y, and Z company. Of course, this is going to be your client name. Achieve ABC result. This is what you achieved through the campaign. Through my CDE mechanism. This is whatever you do, right? Maybe it's email marketing, maybe it's ghostwriting books, maybe it's designing branding packages and identities, right? So whatever your service is, you want to insert this in here. Here's an example, right? I recently worked with Coca-Cola and was responsible for the copy that got them an 8-figure launch, right? So 8-figure launch is the result, copywriting is the mechanism, and Coca-Cola is the client. So anything similar to this, I need you to build it right now, right, while watching this video, because it's all going to make sense in just a second and you are going to use this, okay? The desire framework is pretty similar. Here we leverage other things if we don't have a very solid case study. So we can say something like, over the last X years of experience, I've specialized in helping brands like yours achieve desired result through my ABC mechanism. And I want you to pay attention here, because this strategy is not going to work if you don't know specifically what your clients are looking for, okay? So as an example, the cybersecurity niche, right, the one that April has, they want people to understand what they do, right? Because nobody really understands what cybersecurity is, let's be honest. So by adding that as a desired result, we just know the message is going to click with them. But if I promise them sales, which is maybe not something they're primarily focused on, then that might not work, right? Same thing if we go for a mental health company. So they might want more patients, more awareness, more like spreading, like a cure for a specific disease, right? So if that's the desired result, that's what needs to be in here. So again, this framework works only and only if you know specifically what your client wants, okay? An example could be, over the last 8 years, I've specialized in helping e-commerce brands achieve a 13% increase in profit by managing their email marketing departments, done for you, right? So same thing, years of experience, desired results, increased profit, and then mechanism, okay? And last thing, we need to add a call to action to our message, right? Because if we just send this to someone, it's not really gonna make sense. They're gonna be like, okay, cool, and so what, So we need to have a call to action. Our goal is, by connecting, isn't to get more connections, right? It's to get conversations. It's to spark conversations and get potential clients. So we need to have a call to action that drives us towards that direction with it. So some call to actions that are working super well for us right now are worth a chat, interested, let me know and I can give you a call, and anything that can, give people the boost, the incentive to start a conversation with you after they read your offer. So I need you to choose one of these call to actions and create your message right now and slap them together. And now we have our baseline outreach message. Now that we have our baseline outreach message, here is what's next. We will leverage AI and ChatGPT to add some personalization to the messages. Right? I highly suggest using ChatGPT as a personalization assistant. If you can get the $20 a month version, please do it. Because with the new custom GPT marketplace, it's super, super easy to find assistants for everything. Right? So I can literally go to ChatGPT right now. Let me open it. And if I go here to explore GPTs on the left sidebar, and I type in here outreach, and I go and search for it, as you can see, I have a bunch of outreach assistants that I can use, right? So let's choose this one, Outreach Pro, comprehensive messaging assistant with proactive strategy suggestions. There we go. So I'm gonna go with start chat. And now I literally have an assistant that can help me with the personalization. And I'm gonna give you the framework for it as well, okay? What you basically wanna do on a daily basis is you want to find through the method that I show you, whether with Sales Navigator or the simple LinkedIn search, you want to find a list of 50 to 100 qualified leads and download their LinkedIn profiles as a PDF in a folder, right? Not a Google Doc, sorry. In a PDF, right? So what you want to do is you want to literally create a folder, right? Outreach leads 21 Feb, let's call it this. And I literally want to go here and let me open a couple of LinkedIn profiles. Actually, let me use the strategy that doesn't require a Sales Navigator. So if I just go here, people, let's just open 5 profiles so I can show you this, okay? So I open the profiles, and what you want to do is you want to click on a right click, and you want to click on print, okay? Very important. You don't click on save as, you click on print. And here, where it says destination, I'm not sure exactly what the interface looks like on a Windows computer, but this is on a MacBook, right? You want to make sure for destination you have save as PDF, pages all, and layout its portrait, okay? And as you can see, it's going to save their LinkedIn profile in PDF format, all right? So now you want to click on save, and you want to choose the destination folder, right? So I'm going to do desktop for this one, and I'm just going to move them after. Okay. What you can also do is you can also expand their about section. Not the best example, this one, but let me show you with the next one. So let me save this woman here, save as PDF. Okay, so this one same. So save as PDF, print, sorry, PDF, there we go. And then we have Aline. Okay, so here, right? So if they have a longer about section, you can also click on see more. So it opens the entire section before you print the page, okay? And as you can see, about section, everything is gonna be here. Save. And let's do David as well. I always misclick. Print, there we go. Save as PDF, save, and now I have a couple of PDF profiles that I can use for the strategy, okay? So what I need you to do is I need you to upload the PDFs in the folder, okay? So upload the PDFs in the folder on the Outreach GPT, right? So the Outreach Assistant. So I'm just gonna select these profiles in here. I'm just gonna upload them, okay? What you wanna do, as I said, just because you're gonna have higher volume, you wanna create a folder and have everything in a folder right here, okay? And you want to give it this prompt, okay? You can copy it word by word. I'm going to leave it in the description for you. So I need you to be my personal outreach assistant. My scope is to increase the rate of people accepting my request as much as possible by personalizing my initial offer. So I am looking to create hyper-targeted and specific personalized lines based on my potential clients' LinkedIn profiles. I'm not looking for general and boring personalized lines, but for something that will make them laugh, think I'm someone they know, or make them curious about what I have to say. I need you to basically massage the personalized lines in the outreach message, making it unique for every single lead while keeping everything under 300 characters, including high name. I will attach PDFs of the LinkedIn profiles I want to target, so please take your time and generate all my personalized outreach messages in a table format that I can download in a CSV file along with the corresponding LinkedIn profile name. My base offer / outreach message that needs to be present for every lead is, and then here I just uploaded an example with e-commerce. It's not going to make any sense for financial advisors, but you know the drill. You're just going to take your outreach message, the baseline one, and just paste it here. Feel free to adjust the wording so it matches with the personalized lines if needed, but don't lose the core components of the offer. Go. And then you just literally copy this prompt right here. You make sure you put your outreach message in there, right? And we have the prompt in here. And then you just make sure there's no typos in here, okay, very important. You make sure all the files are uploaded, and then we just hit send. And it's going to analyze everything. It's going to take a look, so it's going to be a minute until it does this, especially if you have like 50 leads. There we go, and now it generated the result, right? So we have the 5 scripts right here. We have the LinkedIn profile names, and we have the scripts for everyone. From this one, for instance, hi David, from derivatives trading to running a restaurant and now financial advising. What a journey over the last 8 years. I've specialized in blah, blah, blah. Worth a chat. Second one, love your take on investments and balance. It reminds me of email marketing where balance between automation and personalization is key. Over 8 years, I've held blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we have the offer there. After 20 years in finance, I bet you've seen every market twist and turn. All right, so these are personalization lines that will help you get through these people's doors, basically. So then you just literally download the personalized outreach messages. It's going to download a file for you, and you can just open it as a CSV format, as you can see right here. And if I open the file, boom, we have the profile names in here and the outreach message for every single person, okay? So this is very simple, very leveraged way of using AI as your assistant, okay? And after you have the 50 to 100 personalized messages, you just hit send on all of those by connecting with them and adding a note, right? So you just literally go, let's say to David, I click on connect, add a note, and then I just go to my CSV, I copy the script from here, and boom, we have everything aligned, okay? And I just hit send. I'm not gonna hit send now because I'm on my client's profile, but you know the drill, okay? Again, with Sales Navigator, it becomes easier because I can literally, like, after downloading the PDF profile of a lead, I can literally save this in a list called, you know, outreach, like outreach 21st Feb. I can create and save, and I can literally just go to the lists, right, to leads, and outreach 28 Febs, right? So I'm going to use this one as an example, and you're going to have all the leads in here that you can directly open the profiles and connect with them. So yeah, that's pretty much what you want to do. Best times to send the outreach messages we found by our experience in working with over 128 clients is to send in the AM EST. So like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Why is it good to send it during that time frame? Well, because people are still enjoying their coffee in the morning routine. You know, they haven't started putting out fires for the day yet. They haven't received any bad news at work. They haven't received any bad news from a client and so on. So it's genuinely the best time to make an offer, okay? Now, in terms of volume, I'd recommend sending as many connection requests as possible per week. With Sales Navigator, you can go up to like 200 a week. So again, if you really are serious, just find $100 a month. If not, You can just scale vertically. Maybe you can ask a couple of friends or family for their LinkedIn profiles, and you can send connection requests you can optimize them all and send like 30 connection requests a day from like 4 profiles, and you will still get there. Okay, so that is what you want to do in terms of generating leads. Now, step number 4 is the booking sequence. Okay, so now that I showed you how to find the leads, how to optimize the profile, how to connect with them, how to personalize the messages, in an automated way. Now it's time to learn how we book those people in. It's time to get into the real sauce, right? Here's the exact booking sequence that consistently books qualified calls for our clients and helps them get high value retainer contracts. So here's literally the funnel. The outreach message gets sent, right? About 40 to 50% will accept your connection request if the leads are vetted and if your outreach messages are good. Okay, so this is what you should expect. Now, if they don't reply, we can follow up with them 3 times. Okay, because if someone accepts your connection request, but they have the option to basically accept it, but not answer your outreach message. They will still show up in your inbox just as you send them the first message, but they will have no response for you, right? So what you can do in that case is you can literally just follow up with them 3 times and incentivize them for a response, okay? If they do respond, you need to check, are they interested? If they're not interested and they say something like, no thanks, we're good, we don't need you at this point, and so on, we have a strategy called the referral partnership message, where you at least try to make something out of the conversation, right? You've spent all this effort finding that lead, qualifying them, building the message. You might at least try to get something out of it. So we literally just send them, absolutely no worries, David. So do you know anyone that would be interested? I pay and then you can insert your fee based on what you charge, right? So let's say you charge 20K. It can be like, I pay a $2,000 referral fee if you just make me the connection through an intro email. I do all the sales work, so literally takes 5 minutes on your end, let me know. And maybe they have a business friend or a relative or someone that might be interested in what you have to offer. So you still win something, and it's also a win-win scenario because if you actually get that client, you can just pay them the referral commission, okay? And again, great way to just build partnerships with people, right? If they're interested, right? So if you send them the connection request, they accept it and they say, hey, I'm interested, let's talk. You want to propose a phone call, right? So you want to say, awesome name, I know your time is valuable. So before I ask for a bigger commitment to explore this, I just wanted to give you a quick call for 5 to 10 minutes to ask some questions and see if I can help you in the first place. What is your mobile and the best time I can call? This is literally the most frictionless process in the world to book calls. You literally just send them an outreach message, they respond with yes, you ask for their phone number and a time, and now you have a call booked. You can literally dial them, and even you can follow up if they don't pick up the phone. You can call them every day for like 5 days and see if they pick up. And yeah, that's pretty much what you want to do. Now, if on the phone, obviously, you want to, I'm going to give you a framework in just a second on what to do on the phone. But basically, if they're interested in the call proposal, then boom, they will just send you the phone number and the best time, and you can just call them. If they don't respond to it or they're not interested, you can also, again, follow up, use the referral partnership message, and do whatever you can do to squeeze the most out of your pipeline, okay? Again, if there's a bonus piece of advice that I can give you right here, is to squeeze the most of the pipeline at every single stage possible, okay? Now, this is the funnel. So once you've been through this with the lead, what now, right? Which is step number 5, which is the actual phone call, right? So the phone call has 3 purposes. Number 1, qualify the lead from an ICP perspective, from an ideal customer persona perspective. So of course, maybe as a freelancer, you're limited in terms of how many clients you work with. So maybe you don't want to work with any single person that shows up in your inbox, right? So in that case, we literally can ask questions that will show you if they're qualified or not. Maybe you only work with e-commerce brands that are doing over $1 million in revenue per month. So you can ask that question over the phone and see if they qualify. Maybe if you're a ghostwriter, you work specifically with people that are, I don't know, like they have a story about a specific type of mental disorder, right? If you're in the mental health space, just an example. So any question like that you can ask. The second purpose is to qualify the lead financially, because if they do not have the right expectations in terms of budget, if they do not have the funding, the finances, it's not worth you pursuing that lead and spending hours trying to follow up with them and making proposals and stuff like that. So you want to quickly qualify them financially. And number 3 is to build rapport with them and move them into a longer Zoom call where you can have an actual sales call, show them your samples, show them your work, and convince them to join as a client. Now, the type of questions you ask can depend a lot on your service. So for example, if you're a ghostwriter, you might want to ask, what do you want the book to be about? How many words are you looking for? Do you have the outline ready, or are you looking to start from scratch, right? Anything like that. Now, to financially qualify these leads, we can just get a sense of their budget by asking them directly. Like, awesome name. So what you want to achieve is certainly doable and it aligns with what I'm looking for in a client. However, as I said, I want to be mindful of your time. Can you let me know the budget you'd have available for something like this? And I'll tell you if I can work with that or not transparently. If they see a number that can be manageable for you, either with a paid in full contract or installments, go to the next step, okay? So if you charge $5,000 for 3 months and they say they have $2,000 to invest, I would still take that lead because you can just offer them a payment plan. And obviously if they say they have 5,000, you just go for it because that's a qualified budget, right? Now, if their budget is too small, or they say to you, well, you tell me what you charge, because you will encounter this quite a lot of times, you can just give them a range, right? So yeah, just to help you understand, name, what I do is primarily custom work, so I wouldn't be able to give you a quote right here before getting on Zoom and looking deeper into your goals/business, but I can give you a range if that helps. So with my clients, for them to receive a 13% increase in profit, they usually invest between 5 to 10K. If this fits specifically into what you're looking for and can get you that additional 13% in profit increase, considering you're making 300K profit a month now, would that be worth the investment? Now, I want you to pay real attention here. Do you see how I worded this? I didn't say, yeah, I charge 6 to 8K. Do you have that money in the bank? No, I literally frame it from an investment perspective. Like, hey, in order for my clients to get what you want as well, I usually charge them this number, which if it fits into what you're looking for and it can get you literally 5 times more, would it be worth the investment? Now, we frame the question in a way where it has to make sense for them from an investment standpoint, because most people will have the money, but if you just tell them I charge 8K and they see no value in it, they're just gonna say no, right? So here's our way of giving them value before asking for money. Hey, if you're making 300K a month profit, if I can increase that by 13%, which is like 35 grand, would it be worth paying 3,000 a month for that? Of course it would be worth, right? So that's how you want to frame them financially. And if they're financially qualified, what you want to do is you want to just propose a longer Zoom call, and that is when you get them to close. You know the drill. You get them on Zoom, you present your work, you create a nice presentation for them, you make a custom proposal based on their website, on their assets, on whatever you need as a freelancer to move the needle forward. They already know the pricing, or they have a budget that is qualified, so you're not going to waste your time with tire kickers, right? And maybe 1 out of 10 phone calls, you will get 2 to 3 people through on a Zoom call. That's what you should expect. So don't be upset if you see that a lot of people are not qualified or they're just like retards on the phone, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, step number 6 is action, right? As mentioned before, this LinkedIn outreach system is tested and proven and has helped us scale over 100 freelance businesses like yours. But it's not going to work if you do not take action. Okay, you need to actually, instead of just doing mental masturbation with this video and being like, oh, this is so good, what a strategy, I never heard of this before, and so on, you actually need to go and implement these steps into your business, okay? And give it a shot for a couple of weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months, and see what happens, okay? If you don't do that, do not expect it to work. Now, we've helped people, as I said, like the 3 people I mentioned in the beginning. We help people like Jason, who's now on track to be making 200K a year from ghostwriting, whilst also being a mayor of Forney, Texas. You can actually Google the guy if you want. He's our client. And yeah, you can definitely take everything I shared in this video and start generating leads for your freelance business. However, chances are you're going to run into difficulties doing it alone, because every single step in here has, failure scenarios, it has difficulties, it has things that can go wrong, okay? So you can definitely try and do it yourself and spend the time to do it and put the effort into doing it. And as you saw, there's a lot that goes into a successful LinkedIn outreach campaign. And I'm guessing that you want to save your time and money getting this right straight away, right? Because I assume as a freelancer, you do not want to spend hours and hours and hours every single day doing marketing stuff. You want to just get it done so you can start booking more calls in under a week, take more projects, make more money, right? And if this is you, and you want to scale your freelance business to 80K to 200K a year, like Jason and our other clients did, then click the first link in the description to book a call with either me or my customer success manager. And we will show you exactly how our complete done for you system will start booking you qualified potential leads within 6 days, right? So instead of you doing work for months implementing the system and figuring it out, you just let us do the job for you and you will start seeing results in as little as 6 days, okay? So go to the link in the description now to book your call. Thank you for watching and I'll speak with you soon.